to my YouTube channel with me, your girl, Morgan Tracy J. Coming today with another morning coffee video, boo, all about my 21-day Daniel fast results, okay? So if you're here for this message today, boo, all I want you to do is subscribe to the YouTube family if you're not already. Turn on that post notification bell. Grab your morning coffee, or in my case, a morning whey protein drink, and let's get into this video. Okay, ladies, like I said, today we're talking about 21 days of Daniel fast results. And the reality is when I began to break this video down, I'm like, how do I tell them all that I gained? There's so much. Real quick, if you don't know anything about fasting, I'm gonna refer you to this video right here. The link will be in the description box below, so you can check this out if you wanna know more about what Daniel fasting is, because this video is not gonna go into that, but it's gonna tell you what I gained in it. As well as if you're someone who's already know about it and you feel called to fasting, I want you to get the free fasting guide below that helped me and thousands of other women fast, do the Daniel fast, but also complete the Daniel fast, okay? So get that link in the description box as well. So boo, we are gonna talk physical and spiritual today, because reality is when you do a fast, you get both blessings. You get blessings in the spiritual and in the physical. I mean, when you do a fast, things move, okay? So today I'm gonna tell you about a few things that I know I gained during my fast, okay? And let's just be real. This fast was not easy. I was scared. I also was leading thousands of women in this fast. And the Lord knows that I was scared to fail in this fast. There was a fear about this fast for me. And so I always know that if there is a fear in front of me, that means it's camouflaging my blessing. Because if I can get past that fear, I can get to my blessing. So in about December, when I felt called to leading the corporate fast this year, being a Daniel fast, I said, Lord, can I make it 21 days? And he said, I don't know if you can, but I know I can make it through you, okay? So I want to tell you that I made it the full 21 days of the Daniel fast. I didn't have really hiccups or anything like that. And actually, there were many times where I actually was very fulfilled and satisfied during the fast. But I also, too, I want to tell you the key was I already knew what I was coming in the fast for. I give you that in the fasting guide, is that I write down a list and I prepare and I petition these things to God, and I say, God, this is what I'm believing for. I'm believing for some physical things. I'm believing for some spiritual things. I'm believing for healing. I'm believing for financial breakthrough. I'm believing for my business to soar. I'm believing for redemption. I'm believing for these different things in my relationships, right? I made this list to God. I gave this to God. These were some things I was afraid of. And I said, I'm believing for these. I want to tell you guys, everything on my list I received it at my fast, during my fast. Some of it I received it in the first week. Some of it I received later on. And there's one that's standing out to me right now for sure. There was something I put on there and I was really afraid. It was something personal. And I actually did not want to put it on there because I didn't feel like I was quite ready. I'm like, I'm busy. My life is overwhelmed. I got a lot going on. I don't want to put this on there. But I felt the Holy Spirit keep unctioning me. Put this particular thing on your, like, you want that, but your fear is saying you shouldn't have that. And so I put this on my list, and I remember feeling like it was kind of weird to put it there. I didn't know if it fit there. It didn't fit there with the other ministry goals and the other like things we personally need, right? And I want to tell you, God did it. He did it in a way that I can't even take accountability for. There was also something I put on my list. So actually something I did not put on my list was healing. I did not put that on my list. And usually I always put that on my list somewhere. And I did not do that this year. I don't know why. But the Lord showed me that even if you don't put it on there, if you need it, I'm going to still bring it to you. So the reality was I didn't put it on my list this year. But there was a relationship that had been broken for a few years. And when God brought that relationship during the fast, he mended that broken relationship. And in reality, that led to me healing and dealing with some things I didn't even know I needed to deal with. So that mending of that relationship that had been broken for 2+ years now, God healed that thing. He healed it in a way that I could speak about it, that I could face it, that I could express myself in that area versus had those walls I've had up for 2 years about it. And so this was such a blessing, okay? And the reality is during my fast, I remember one day I was sitting on my couch and I said, this would give me anxiety, because I get anxiety sometimes. And then it hit me that throughout the entirety of my 20 days, this was day 20, out of the entirety of the 20-day fast, I had not had anxiety. There was not one moment I could remember where I felt anxious or overwhelmed. There wasn't one moment I could remember where my mind was playing tricks on me, where I couldn't understand what was going on. There wasn't one moment that I could remember in the 20 days that I didn't really have peace. See, so the fast brought me a peace that surpassed all understanding, as the scripture says as well, you know. I experienced that, and I remember being like, wow. And it was through the fast that I realized that I could have healing in my anxiety. I didn't have to keep living with that, because I'd lived with it for 5+ years, right? And then also through the fast, God gave me a divine revelation and told me that when people came up to Jesus and needed healing, he didn't say, oh, you've suffered so long, you need to suffer a little more in it. He healed them. And for some reason, my mindset said, you deserve this. You deserve to be in your anxiety. You deserve to be in your eating, overeating, and your coping mechanisms. You deserve this. This is how you have to suffer. And that wasn't even God, right? So God had to show me some things that was a little off and distorted in my views. But he showed me that through revelation of this fast. And so that helped me face some struggles with my anxiety. That helped me begin to believe that God could heal me from my anxiety. That caused me to begin to lay hands on myself and pray that this thing would go away from me. That got me to a place that I was no longer living with the anxiety, but I was fed up with the anxiety. It couldn't stay any longer because what it was starting to do to me, right? See, that it shifted my whole mindset. And so the next thing too, another thing about this fast is my word for 2022 that I believe the Lord gave me was wellness. He told me that wellness meant overall well, your health, mental, physical, all that well, all over. And I remember feeling kind of insecure. I was 196 pounds when I started the Daniel fast. I felt like I was always having stomach problems, a lot of digestion issues. My skin was always breaking out super, super bad. And there was just a lot going on, a lot of stresses and stuff. And so when the Daniel fast ended on February 7th, I was down about 12 pounds. Since the Daniel fast started, we're about 50 days later, and technically I'm down 16 pounds. And that is from the Daniel fast. It's from the recipes I learned during it, the things I was eating that I realized my body liked, that I didn't feel overwhelmed, I didn't feel bloated or sluggish. Also, my skin began to look even better. Although I was already on acne medication, it just started to look more and more better without having extra sugars and dairy in meats in my diet. The Daniel fast showed me different recipes that I actually never tried, but when I ate them, I loved them. And it just allowed me to realize that I didn't have to stop the fast when the fast ended. I didn't have to go back to the same lifestyle I was living. And I didn't have to go back to the same overwhelm and the same issues. I actually could experience this a little bit more. And so what happened is on the last day of the Daniel fast, I felt the need to not even be on the fast after the fast ended, to no longer need to be on the fast, but take what I learned from the fast and make sure I keep it in my life. And that is the key of a fast. If you learn something about your prayer life, if you learn something about breakthrough, if you got a new idea, whatever it is, you want to keep implementing that in your everyday life. And so it's about, I think I'm on day like 47 technically. If I would have been Daniel fasting, this would be day 47. And the reality of it is, it's such a blessing. It's no longer a fast. I'm going with my friends again, getting brunch and stuff. Like, I'm back to living my life, but I'm still keeping that tight niche of what I've gained and learned through the fast. And I think that is the power of a Daniel fast. It's not just going to bless you physically, but it's going to bless you spiritually. It's not just going to transform your body, it's going to transform your mind. It's not just going to make you feel lighter, it's actually going to take some shackles off of you and set you free in a way. Because the reality is, there were some things I was walking into 2022 with that I didn't even know I was still carrying. There were some things I was holding onto on my back. There were some anxieties. There were some fears. There was some discouragement that I didn't even know until I got alone in my fast, that God began to open up the windows and show me certain things that we had to deal with. So today, I'm just wanting to come and let you know that if you're someone who thinks you need to fast, sis, there's no reason why you shouldn't. You might not can make it 21 days yet, but you maybe can make it 3. You maybe can make it 7. You maybe can make it 5. But I want to tell you, it's not about if you can make it, it's the level of your faith. Because when I started it, before I started the fast, I didn't think I could make it. But as I began to get closer to the fast, I began to pray more. I began to seek the face of the Lord more. I began to ask God to empower me through the fast to lead these women to their breakthrough. And I want to tell you, my testimony is only one of many. There's so many women that got set free. So many women that got set free from depression. So many women that were having suicidal thoughts and they don't have them anymore. I want to tell you, if you're struggling, if you're empty, just try God. Literally try God. Can you try him just a little bit and let him show you that he's a real God? That he's not just a God in the sky. He's actually a living, breathing God. And that's what happened to me. That I realized, like, there's some times I started to doubt you. I got so discouraged, I doubted your power in my life that moment. And this fast refueled me. It put a new zeal in me that my God is real and that the things I brought to him, he fulfilled them, but he even gave me more. I thought he was just going to give me a little bit of a wellness, but no, he gave me overall mental freedom. I thought he was just going to help me with some eating issues. And no, he said, I'm going to set you free from that. I thought he was going to help me, get comfortable again and just love myself a little better. But he said, no, I'm going to mend some relationships that need to be healed as well. I want to tell you, the God we serve says the thing you've been carrying, you don't got to carry anymore. Bring it to me in prayer. Bring it to me in fasting. Consecrate yourself. Set yourself apart for a small little season and watch what I do through you. And that's all it was. That 21 days, we set ourselves apart. We sought the face of the Lord. We kept going on in our ministries and in our lives and in our normal everyday things. But in that time, we got with God. We were fasting. We were praying. We were just saying no meats, no sugars, no breads, no this. And we're giving our time to the Lord. And in that, God began to do a new work in you, a good work in you. Do you not perceive what God has done? Right? Do you not perceive the new season? And that's kind of what I realized through the fast, that God was doing a new work. And so I hope that the little recipes and what I was doing in this time has blessed you, because the reality is there's so much more of the testimonies. I wish I had more time and I could go on for hours about what I was just doing and what I was gaining, man. And I hope you see that the fire ain't Morgan. It's God, because I seen what he could do. I seen how he could take that woman who was 196 pounds and I didn't like what I seen in the mirror, and I was trying to get on this bike every day, and I was trying to just stay moving, and I was trying to be hopeful, and I was trying to deal with stuff and by myself, and I was trying to just get to class. I was trying to just do the work. I was trying to just pay the bills. I was just trying, when the reality, God says, stop trying and just ride on grace for a season. Stop for a second and just get in my grace, because all this trying, where am I at in the mix of that? And the reality is, God had to show me there was a lot of pulling and trying that I was doing, and he wasn't there. Okay? There were some things I was doing. And so today I want to tell you, not only do I feel lighter, but I'm lighter in the spirit. I'm clear in the spirit. I'm clear because I can hear him clear. So I want to tell you today that if you're struggling with some things in your life, and I got some messages from a lot of my sisters who are struggling with some things, I want you to fast, sis. So if you're struggling with some pornography, you're struggling with some stuff you ain't fast. You're struggling with going back to, oh boy, fast. You're struggling with letting go of the baby daddy, fast. You're struggling with your calling, fast. You're struggling with giving up, fast. Fast and seek the Lord. He will answer you. Your faith has made you whole. Fasting builds your faith. It makes you whole. It helps you become whole and go in peace, okay? So my hope and go today is, I went a way off script than what I planned to do, but that I hope you realize that I fasted and I led these women in this fast, although I was scared, although I didn't know if I could make it, although I was feeble, although I was questioning. But if I could do it even with all my broken pieces and all my struggles and all my doubts, and God was still faithful, how much more faithful will he be to you? How much, he is not a respecter of persons, and he ain't saying you got to come in this strong. You got to come in this perfect. You got to come, no, you just got to come in this. That's all it is. You just got to come in. You just got to be willing. You just got to commit. If it's a 3-day, I commit. If it's a half a day, I commit. If it's 3 hours, I commit. Whatever it is, it's just a commitment. And for those 21 days, we committed to the Daniel fast. And I want to tell you, I'm on day 47, 48, technically, if we were still fasting, which we're not. And that commitment is still there. The things I gained to the Lord from the Lord is still there. And so I just want to encourage you with that. I get so hyped up, obviously, when I talk about fasting. But I just gained so much. And recipes and food and tips and just so much stuff I gained. I couldn't even put it all in this video, man. I tried. But there was so much stuff I gained, okay? So much stuff you beautiful ladies gained. And it just inspired me so much to just see what God can do when you're faithful. When you're scared, but you're faithful. And the reality is I was scared, but I was just trying to be faithful to his word. And so not only did I get breakthrough, many, many, many of you ladies got breakthrough as well. And that was all worth it. So the 21 days, not eating meat, not eating sugar, not eating bread, no dairy. The 21 days of not going out with friends, not doing extracurricular activities. The 21 days of prayer and consecration was all worth it, sis. It was all worth it. And so I pray that this inspires anybody who wants to fast, and also inspires the person who did fast to go back. And if there were some things you learned in your fast, make sure you're still implementing them in your everyday life as well. So I pray this edifies you and it calls you to a new level in God. So I love you, ladies. I will see you in my next video. I hope this inspired you and blessed you. And I did not plan to do anything, go on anything I was going to talk about. But that's how it went. That's just how it went. So I love you, ladies. I will see you in my next one. You have a great one. See you later. Wait.